Hi guys, we're back again with another simple recipe that everyone can try. This is a simple gizzard gravy, very fast to make, so people in the universities and my bachelors can really hop on this one. Okay, let's get started. Now all you need is your pepper mix, and this is my usual pepper mix. You guys should be familiar with this by now. I beg, you should be familiar with this by now. So I'm going to just blend everything together and transfer it into a bowl. This is actually my all-purpose pepper mix, so I use it for my stew base, for even steaming my meat, for everything. Okay, so I'm going to use the same thing to steam my gizzard. Okay, now I've washed my gizzard very well, and gizzard is a protein that doesn't take so long to cook. If you want it very chewy, you can just cook it for 30 minutes. Otherwise, if you want it to be very soft, 45 minutes or 15 minutes works very well. Add in your pepper mix and then add in the seasoning of your choice. I'm using my usual REMIE chicken and REMIE beef Maggie cube combo. Do not add any water to this because gizzard has a lot of juice, so you don't need to add any water. That's why I blend my pepper mix with enough water so that at least the gizzard will have some juice around it before I steam it. Now this is ready. I steamed this for 30 minutes and it's ready, guys. I want it to be chewy so that when it goes into the stew, it doesn't become too soft. Now let's start our stew. You're going to add in some oil to your saucepan, add in your chopped onions. What I like about gravy is that it's all about just dicing and pouring it into the stew. No time to waste, no time to blend, whatever it is. Just dice, chop, pour. That's it. Now just make sure you fry the onions for 3 to 4 minutes and then add in the pepper mix that you blended. Like I said, this pepper mix can be used for a lot of things. It's really my all-purpose pepper mix, and I'm using it for my stew base. Okay, now just let it fry for 5 to 6 minutes, around that. Cover this and let that fry properly, and when that is ready, you're going to add in your tomato paste. When it comes to gravy, you don't use a lot of tomato paste because you don't want the stew to be too stewy or the gravy to be too stewy. You want to be able to chew the chunks of tomatoes in it. Okay, so just a little bit of the tomato paste goes a long way. Now make sure you fry this very well. Fry this for 5 minutes and that's it, guys. You're going to add in the chopped or diced tomatoes. I used 6 large tomatoes here, very large ones. If you have the small ones, you can use about 8 of this. The most important thing is to deseed the tomatoes. You don't want the seeds or the water of the tomatoes to be in the stew. It should look like this. Okay, it's like I'm making vegetable stew, but it's gravy. Do you get it? Now just add in some water to cook the stew and then cover this and let that cook. If you don't want to add any protein, you can just take that out of it. You can just go ahead and add the water, cover this, let it cook, and your gravy is ready. But if you want to add the protein to it, then cook the stew for 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't take so long to cook because there's no seeds in the tomatoes and there's no juice in the tomatoes. So it's not going to make it taste so sour or so tangy. I don't know if you get it. Once that is cooked, you want to add in some of the gizzard stock. Give this a good mix. Add in your seasoning. I'm using Maggie cube to season this. You can use any seasoning of your choice. It's all up to you. Now just add in the gizzard and then give this a good mix. Like I said, if you don't want to add any protein, just take out all these steps. Go ahead and season the stew and that's it. It will taste so good as well. Now I always like to cook my gravy with some vegetables. So I'm just going to cover this, let that fry for 2 minutes and then add in my vegetables. The vegetable just brings out the flavor more. It makes it chewy. I just love it that way. I love it so much. So if you don't want the vegetables, just take it out. It's all up to you. You don't have to follow the same steps. Now that's it, guys. The gravy is ready. I'm just going to give this a good mix and then let it cook on low heat just for it to properly cook. It's ready, but you just want it to properly cook. And that's it. Very simple recipe. I know everyone can make this at home. And guess what? Gravy really goes well with so many things. You can pair it with rice, with banku, kinky, and enjoy yourself. Let me know if you guys should try this and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!